We got one of the fastest killing guns in the game. That is the Fennec 45. Now, guys, y'all been killing it with the videos. Let's go ahead and jump into the build. So to start this build, I did want to do something different. We're rocking that Forged Tac Ninja barrel. Now, that's going to provide us with some sound suppression, bullet velocity, damage range, and recoil control. I wanted to make sure that we still had that sound suppression from the integrated muzzle on it. And we are losing some key things that I do like. ADS speed, hip fire, recoil control, and the movement speed. Obviously, that's a big knock, but I wanted to try it out, and I actually really enjoyed it. The biggest thing that I wanted here, outside of sound suppression, was the bullet velocity. For the tuning, I maxed out that ADS speed, and this is going to be a common theme with my secondary weapons. Primaries, I'm not worried about the ADS or the sprint to fire. I'm more so worried about the recoil control. Here, I'm worried about the ADS speed, the mobility, and all that good stuff. Primaries is recoil, secondaries is ADS speed and movement. Next up, we have on an underbarrel, and that is the Phase 3 grip. I really like this grip because it brings us the aiming idle stability, hip fire accuracy, and recoil stabilization. Now, this is a very underrated grip. I like it. I usually rock a X10 or I've rocked the shark fin before, but not in Warzone. I usually like to go the FTAC gripper as well, but I used the Phase 3 grip and I did enjoy it. For that tuning, again, all I did was max out the ADS speed. I'm not too worried about any of the other stuff. Again, guys, if y'all want to take the builds that I give you and the attachments that I give you and make the tuning more towards your play style, that can really change things. If you do feel like you want some more aim walking speed, go for it, or some aiming idle stability, go for it. Or if you don't care for the ADS speed to be increased and you would rather have some emphasis on the recoil, please try it out. The recoil is definitely something you can mess around with. Next up, we got the stock, and I really wanted to go the FTAC stop cap, but you do lose a lot of recoil control and stability there. I ended up going with this Agile Assault T7 stock because it brought us some movement, that sprint speed, aim walking speed, crouch movement speed, and ADS speed, which is the biggest here. I like it because that nice little mobility opened up. With the FTAC, you do see that you gain some mobility and handling, right? But the recoil control accuracy, I didn't want to veer too off the deep end with this one, so I just stuck with this Agile, and I did like it. Very good, kind of best of both worlds. We'll jump into the tuning. For the tuning, I maxed out the ADS speed again. Guys, like I said, fool around with this if you want, but you do see a nice little added mobility buff here. Tiny bit of handling too. Now, next up, we got on the Fennec rubber grip. Now, guys, with every rear grip that you use on your guns, you definitely got to be adding emphasis to that sprint to fire speed and ADS speed. Doesn't matter what the grip is called, but if you see that these two have some positives on the grips that you have, definitely throw them on for your secondaries. They're going to be big, and they're going to play a big part in these fights. A little accuracy and recoil control drop off. Now, for the tuning, again, we max out the ADS speed. No surprise there. Definitely should be doing that, but that sprint to fire speed is so important. That's why I tell you guys to rock those rear grips with the emphasis on the sprint to fire speed. Here, you can tune it to get even more, guys, and it's going to be ridiculous. Sprint to fire speed is important because we get to start our fights faster. That way, you can get an advantage on people. If you have the Fennec or something with a high TTK, you're going to already have an advantage of having a higher fire rate in TTK. If you stack on sprint to fire speed above that, you might not even lose a plate. You're going to be so crazy and so good in these fights. Sprint to fire speed, ADS speed, have them on, max them out. You know the drill. And then for the last attachment, we do have on the 45 round mag. Now, you're definitely going to need this. Unfortunately, we do lose some movement speed, ADS speed, reload quickness, and sprint to fire speed, but the 45 is well worth it. You're going to have this on. This Fennec does blow through rounds super fast. You know, that high fire rate is really good, but it does come at a price. The 45 round mag is good, so definitely have that on. And obviously, no tuning on the magazine. Now, YouTube, here's a full build for the Fennec 45. Make sure you guys drop a like and consider subscribing for more loadouts.